So before I do get into this video, I do want to say that I might have a little bit of biases when it comes to my opinions on this topic and about this person, because I am a massive OTK fan. Like, I love a lot of OTK, especially the two people that I'm going to talk about in this video, Nick, NMP LOL, and also ExtraEmily. I do watch a lot of NMP's content, and I do like consume ExtraEmily through Nick's content as well a lot of the time. So I might have a little bit of biases when it comes to that. And like I said, I'm a massive OTK fan. Like, I watch Asmongold every single day. I'm also a massive fan of Emaru as well. So those biases might come in hand with this, but I'm going to try and be as unbiased as I possibly can. But ExtraEmily, if you don't know who she is a massive streamer. She is arguably one of the biggest female streamers in like America. She's always, whenever it comes to like top female streamers on Twitch, she's always in like that top 5, top 10, around there for like the top female streamers. And she is a really good streamer. She makes IRL content like that bit. Even if you don't like her in the comments that she made and what we're going to get into in this video, you have to admit that she does make great content. But she recently was on stream, and a lot of the times when she's on stream with Nick and herself and also Mr. Arthur, who appears in the streams as well, they just like chat a lot. That's all it is. It's just IRL. They go out, they do a lot of things, they hang out, they go to restaurants, they eat food, they go to events and all that kind of stuff. And then they also just chat about their, you know, their lives and just try to make the stream as entertaining as possible. And sometimes they do get a little bit personal. And this one right here, I think that maybe it's something that Emily should have kept to herself, because she was talking about how before she was a streamer, she actually was at university. I can't remember exactly what it was for, but I think it was for something like engineering. Like, it wasn't, she was like a very, very intelligent person. Like, she was going to go study. I'm pretty sure it was something like engineering, or at least on the level of that type of, like, you know, where you need a high GPA or whatever it's called in America in order to get into the course that she wanted to do. And this course cost a lot of money. It cost over like 150,000. I think it was like 170 grand in total. And her parents paid for her tuition altogether. They paid for it. And then in this clip right here that I'm about to show, she talks about how her parents paid for it and how she doesn't want to pay her parents back. And there's also a clip as well of her talking to her mum about her becoming a streamer and not using her degree at all.
Yeah, it's fine. The only reason they want me to pay it back is because I'm a streamer.
Yeah, you should pay it back.
Because I didn't use my degree. So they're like, okay.
How much is it?
170K.
You should pay it back.
I don't want to. I mean, I did pay them 10K, and then I was like, I'm over this. I don't want to pay anymore.
Mom, do you think it's a waste that I went to college?
That is a really good question. I spent a lot of money on that, and then you become a streamer.
Yeah, but I'm also helping.
That's a really good question. I don't know how to answer it.
But I'm paying you back for college.
Yes, that's right. That's unnecessary.
That's necessary?
Yeah, we're almost broke because you went to the college, go to the expensive one. Yeah.
So that right there is the first clip of her discussing it and talking about how she was originally going to pay her parents back, and then she decided that she didn't really want to, and also talking to her mother as well. Her mother's like, you could tell her mother's a little bit disappointed. I mean, coming from experience myself with, like, you know, my own mother, and also I have Asian friends as well, and I know how Asian parents operate a lot of the times. They can be quite disappointed in their children. Like, I know you might be like, oh, Donnie, that's something racist to say. It doesn't fucking matter. It's true. I know how some Asian parents are when it comes to, you know, them, they want you to like go to uni, and then like, you know, like if you are an Asian parent and your child drops out of uni to become a full-time streamer, even though they're successful, a part of you is still gonna go like, yep, you just wasted all of this time and money to study engineering, and then you go ahead and be a streamer. And the fact that she's not paying them back, I mean, you have to admit, it is kind of a little bit selfish. And even Arthur and Nick chime in on this situation during the stream. And even you can tell they're not like straight out saying it because they don't want to, you know, go at her on stream and try to antagonize and make the situation any worse than it already had become. But you could definitely tell that they weren't really on the side of her not wanting to pay her parents back.
Do you think that would be your best gift towards your dad or your parents, to pay back your tuition?
I'm never going to pay it back, though.
Wait, actually?
No, I don't want to.
But you could.
Yeah, but I'm not going to.
Wait, do you have student loans?
Yeah, student loans to my parents.
And you're making them pay it off?
No, like, my parents paid, and then they're like, pay us back for college, and I just like don't want to.
Okay.
But don't you think that would make them like really happy and proud?
No, they're
I-
fine.
Are you doing it kind of like almost out of spite because you're like, I don't want to because like I can, but I know that you guys don't need it.
Yes,
That's why you don't.
yes, they don't need it. And I'm
You
like,
don't need it.
I'm just a bad daughter.
You are.
I mean, she does allude to the fact that she says that her parents don't really need the money, that the fact that they don't need it back. Maybe her parents are like somewhat well off and they do have a little bit of money as well, like even before she became a streamer. But even then, I mean, at least to me personally, I'm going to say this from like me of how I would go about this situation. I see it as I'm completely indebted to my parents altogether. And I would 100% go ahead and pay them back no matter what, especially if I was as wealthy as someone like Emily. Before I get into it more as well, is that you could definitely tell that the backlash for her was already coming. Like, she probably already saw a lot of what people were saying in the stream, and then she might have checked of what people were saying and like posting this clip around Twitter and on Reddit as well. But people weren't necessarily happy with it, and she did kind of, you know, it did get to her a little bit on stream, and she did break down at some point.
No, you know what it is? It's exhaustion.
Yeah, I think I'm just exhausted.
It's exhausting. Listen, if it makes you feel any better, at least your parents still talk to you.
Yeah, my parents are cool.
I only got one left.
Like, my parents are like overall really happy and think I'm a good daughter.
You are a great daughter.
I don't know.
No, Arthur, what have you done?
They were very happy that I bought Cancun for them.
Let's go to...
And I mean, rightfully so. Like, even though I don't agree with what her comments are, like I said, if I was in a wealthy spot, like say like what I do here, say on my channel takes off, right? And I become a millionaire, right? I have millions of subscribers. I start making great money through YouTube. My streams start doing really well as well. And I'm comfortable. I'm sitting comfortable. I will be forever indebted to my parents. I will pay them back in any way possible. Now, I'm not like in debt with my parents the way that ExtraEmily is, but I would 100%. I would be buying them a house. I would make sure that they wouldn't have to ever work again. Anything that they would need, I would 100% be paying them off. I would pay off like any mortgage, any cars that they have, every single thing. Because to me, the way that I see it is that I was raised up by my parents. Now, are my parents perfect when it came to raising me up? No, of course. I feel like no parents are perfect. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely ways that, you know, oh, maybe my mum and dad could have done this better when it came to raising me. But at the same time, raising kids isn't easy. But I'm still indebted to my parents for the fact that they brought me up to be the person that I am today. And they put me in a position where I am today to be able to, you know, live in a somewhat like privileged life. Like, even though I'm not well off or anything like that, I don't really have any money, I'm still like privileged in terms of, you know, I live a comfortable life compared to what other people live in this world. So to me, I'm indebted to them for that fact. So I would pay them off. But at the same time, like, I don't know, you can't really say it. Like, maybe this is where my bias comes in terms of me being an OTK fan, is that you don't know what the dynamic is between, like, her and her parents. Like, that's the dynamic that I have between me and my parents, where to me, I see it as I'm forever indebted with my parents, and I would 100% pay them back and, like, give them as anything that they would need if I was well off as her. Because, like I said, she's an extremely popular streamer. She gets thousands and thousands of views every single stream. She always has a lot of monthly subscribers. I'm pretty sure she gets a decent amount of views on her YouTube channel. I don't really watch her YouTube that much. I mostly consume her content, like I said earlier in the video, through like NMP's videos and through his streams as well. But she is still definitely like well off in terms of money. Like, she is a 100% a millionaire. Like, she has, like I said, she has a lot of money. But you don't really know the dynamic between her parents. But one thing that I have to say that I don't agree with this whole entire situation has been a little bit of the censorship of this when it comes to Reddit. And I've also seen, like, apparently there's been some Discord messages as well. I'm not going to show the Discord messages, but I will show a couple of messages through Reddit. So these got posted onto like live stream fails. And one thing, this is a criticism that I had when it came to Reddit in general, like a couple weeks ago when I made a video about Reddit and how like stupid the moderation is on Reddit. Or when it comes to like the Reddit moderation in terms of like the website itself, but even like Page's moderation as well. Like the fact that they took this down for calling it clickbait, inaccurate, and opinionated. I mean, it's true. What this person says right here in this post is true. Multi-millionaire streamer ExtraEmily refuses to pay back $170K to her parents who paid for her college tuition. How is that clickbait, inaccurate, or opinionated? That is just the truth. Apparently, this comment as well got taken down from the post, saying she really thought it was funny that she doesn't want to pay them back. But once chat told her she's being selfish, she cried, which is probably how she's got her way her whole life. Only simps were encouraging her. Not even Nick or Arthur were on her side. Now, when it comes to this comment, I don't necessarily agree with the whole entire, you know, her crying is how she's gotten away with everything. But in terms of like, you know, chat disagreeing with her and then she starts breaking down, like she probably didn't think it's a bad thing that she's not paying her parents back. Like I said, her dynamic between her parents might be a bit different. But once she noticed that like, oh shit, maybe I am being a little bit selfish, and a lot of people started biting back at her, it can get a little bit overwhelming. I mean, when a lot of people start biting at you against what you're saying, some people don't know how to handle that and they just end up breaking down and crying. And I mean, you know, if this person wants to have this opinion, I mean, I don't think that it should be taken down. Like at the end where it says not even Nick or Arthur on her side. No, they weren't. They weren't at all. Obviously, they're going to try and like, you know, be positive to their friend and not going to like try and put her down extremely on stream. They're not just going to say, oh, Emily, why are you being a complete selfish bitch and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I mean, there's nothing wrong with disagreeing with her. And I don't think that comments like this should be taken down. Like, it's absolutely stupid. Like, the whole entire censorship behind this situation is dumb. But like I said, I don't necessarily agree with ExtraEmily is saying, but maybe it's my bias here at the same time for the fact that we don't really know the dynamic that she has between her parents. But I would still like to hear what you guys have to think about this down below. What do you think of ExtraEmily's comments? Do you agree with her? Do you disagree with her? Or are you kind of in the middle of where it's just like, you know what, if she doesn't want to pay him back and her parents are fine with it, then it's a whatever. But that's going to be it from me. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.